Welcome to the Guadalupe River.
I can't slow down. Oh!
An iconic place that epitomizes the Texas Hill Country region. Cypress cathedrals tower overhead, springs burst forth into the river, and wildlife bounds freely. Today, we set off on an epic journey to explore a new stretch of river. We wanted to experience this wild place to the fullest and take on the challenges thrown at us. We'd be set free to roam and immerse ourselves into the unknown. We dropped a truck at the takeout, then all drove to the launch. It's so good to see the guys again.
It's about that time.
After our greetings were done, we started to get the gear out of our cars and into the kayaks.
I guess that's one way to do it.
Pushing off from shore marked the beginning of an epic journey. We had many long miles to cover and only 2 days to do it. The launch we just left and the exit many miles downriver were the only two places we could escape if need be. So, we buried our paddles in the water and pushed on. I think we were all kind of excited to escape the modern amenities, even if that meant we had to conquer a few challenges.
Elected to portage the waterfall. It's just a little too cold.
We paddled our way through a few scenic pools, and then we happened on a stretch that I don't think any of us were expecting. This would go on for miles, and it was towering cypress trees, meandering river, and a few swiftwater sections.
Every single one of these sections is so sporty. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And that's where the obstacles began.
Oh no! Oh. Oh. I can't slow down. Oh!
Yeah, that's a wild thorn bramble straight to the face. And luckily, the whole crew got the same experience.
Oh my gosh! Oh, there's thorns! Oh my gosh, that was absolute mayhem. As hard as you can. Oh no!
Oh, that got me.
Oh, you good?
No blood.
Shoot. That is literally a giant thorn bramble. Oh. We all just got so cut up.
It literally just rips at you, and then we piled up because we all got it, like, grabbed us and we got hung in it, and then Ryan flipped in it.
I gotta say, that's a first, encountering a thorn bramble that literally covers the main route in the river.
Oh,
Dude, not ideal, brother.
No.
Not ideal.
Unfortunately, that would not be the last of our complications, but we are in good spirits and back to paddle.
It's nice and shallow, so your paddle strokes don't get much traction. Oh, dude, this is incredible. Oh yeah. Heads up, boys. Woo!
Getting going.
Go, Clay. Oh no!
Oh no!
Spill 2 of the day.
Spin her down.
Yeah, you're good. Hey, it happens to all of us.
And we're dry.
How's it looking?
Completely dry.
Everything inside the Remote Designs backpack is dry. Out here on the river, you just never know which turn is going to take you out.
Yeah.
Wow. I tell you what, man, around every bend, it's incredible. Dude, these are huge trees. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh, brother. Find yourself a rock.
Flow rates were unseasonably low, and so we found some strange places, like this boulder field. When they're just barely submerged below the surface, you can't really see them, and sometimes that leads to a direct impact. Bennett was getting used to his reduced maneuverability in the 12-foot native Ultimate. He's used to an 8-foot boat, so this was quite an experience.
This is kind of a nice little spot, isn't it?
this is as good a spot as any to take a quick lunch break, get some fuel into us. So we're, maybe like halfway to where we want to get to camp.
There you go.
That afternoon had a slight chill, so we found a rock ledge in the sun and figured it'd be perfect countertop for lunch. We also reflected about how much fun we'd been having on this river. Even though it was a new stretch, it was getting more beautiful by the mile. So we were excited to get out and continue exploring.
Oh my gosh. That is significantly better than the first 2 pots I've made. I would actually drink that consistently. I think it actually tastes good.
The guys brewed up a couple more pots, and then we were on our way.
All right, that was a delicious lunch and afternoon espresso break. Time to head on down. Oh, there you go. Wow, this is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. There he goes. Boom.
We cleaned each rapid one by one and took in all of the scenery. The sun was setting, and once again, the race was on to find camp.
So that bridge means we are 7 miles into this journey. And it also means that we're getting to territory where we can start looking for a good campsite.
Once we passed under the bridge, river characteristics changed on us. It became shallow and rocky. Technical maneuvers became necessary so that you didn't get beached. Progress towards camp slowed way down, and we were working hard for every single mile.
Yeah. That is not what you want to do. Dude, this kayak just catches the big rocks. It's got a little fin that sticks down.
And then we arrived at the limestone flute section. We couldn't see them sitting in our kayak, so we had to stand up and use a paddleboarding technique. A few of the crew were at their wits' end at this point too.
Every single bend in this river just gets more and more magical, especially as the sun is setting. You get that evening lighting. All right, guys, we're gonna go up on the bank right here and scout. Farlow just did an initial look over. This looks like a beautiful candidate.
Yo, boys, first things first, let's all get as much firewood as we can because it's gonna be cold tonight.
So one thing that's immediately concerning is that literally all of this would go up in a flame whenever we light our fire. So what we're gonna have to do is kind of sweep out our fire area and be very smart about it. But otherwise, it looks like a very good place to camp.
This campsite came at the perfect time and not a moment too late. We scurried around collecting firewood, sweeping away needles, and setting up our tents. This was a perfect setting to end an amazing day, but also to start the evening chapter, because we still had a lot planned.
Oh yeah, this thing's sweet. All right, we have the Sierra Designs Taquito 20 degree, which I'm thinking the 20 degree is gonna be perfect because tonight's lows are gonna be in the high 30s, but we're down by the river. So it might be a little chillier, but I'm gonna have an insulated sleeping pad under me as well.
We shared stories, laughed, and watched as the coals developed into something we could use for grilling. On these trips, everybody brings their own selection of meat. We usually don't bother with sides, which means we end up eating a couple hamburgers, several sausages, and whatever else gets thrown on the grill. And as is tradition, everybody brings way too much, and it gets served family style, just like fine American cuisine should be.
I need a description of the method of cooking.
Hot pan,
Hot pan, okay.
cold butter, medium temperature meat, Munster,
Ooh, you guys went Munster?
pesto, mayo.
We hang out until it's time to go to bed, but that time is never governed by a watch.
I just slept incredibly well.
This new setup is great. I actually don't even want to get out of bed right now. Pretty soon, that is going to be breakfast tacos, egg, chorizo, and tortilla. The proper method to add chi to the tacos.
They say breakfast is the most important meal of your day, and we still had a big day ahead of us. But if y'all are fans of the channel, you know exactly what's coming next.
Woo, that's good.
Dang, Chuck. That's awesome. Ooh.
That's for real. Delightful.
Now, I get it, this coffee setup is probably over the top, but that's one thing we love about the outdoors, is that everything goes, and making full-blown lattes is right up our alley. If you ever see us brewing on the river, feel free to stop by for a cup.
All right, see you later, campsite. Time to head on home. Uh-oh. Oh,
On the final stretch home, we paddled among giants and took in the last sights of our wilderness journey. We are racing a cold front.
That is a cold front pushing all this blue sky away.
It's actually snowing a couple hours away from here. So temperatures are gonna drop pretty quickly once that thing arrives.
And trying to get back to our cars, but we are still intentional about taking in our surroundings. We understand that the older we get, the harder it is to put these trips together, and we don't take any second for granted. We'll be back soon. I can't tell you how soon, but I know I'll be sitting at my desk one day, pining to get out among nature, and I'll text up the crew, and they'll be thinking the exact same thing. Until next time, guys, thank you for tuning into another wild adventure. I'll catch y'all on the next one. See ya.
Oh yeah, epic first trip, man. Crushed it. Peace, y'all.
Something's happening to me. You hear this? Just everything's coming together at once.
Yeah, this is a great time to be getting